And here we go.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Super Desperation Radio! Go!
Oh my God, we almost didn't make it. That thing looked rough. Like, I have not seen the intro look that bad in quite a while, and holy shit. Welcome to another episode of Super Desperation Radio, the 1 week NCR post-mortem. We didn't have one last week because I was still driving on the road back home, and I probably should have picked up a better laptop on the way home from Sacramento. I'm sorry about that.
You know what? Can you really have gotten a good one on the way back? I'm not even sure.
I don't know at this point. Like, I feel like, you know, anything would have been better. Like something hopefully with, like, you know, an extra bit of RAM. Maybe I can download more RAM off it or some shit. I don't know.
You know what? Maybe I think if you shove another hamster inside of it, maybe the wheels will turn a little bit faster.
Possibly. I mean, I think that's our last alternative at this point. The budget's looking pretty slim.
You got to have Gordon come over and start pedaling the bike to get it to overclock your processor.
That'd be good.
Pedal it really hard. Be like, come on, man. He's got to keep it up for another hour and a half.
That's not actually a bad idea because he's looking for an excuse to exercise, and the one excuse, you know, other than him going to the damn gym, he needs like the motivation.
We're dead, dude.
Yeah.
Good gracious.
We died.
Gonna be one of those shows, I can already tell.
Jesus, man. Good God, Skype. I start you up and it just flies off the handle. All right, I'm gonna reset the stream then.
That's what we're gonna need after this. A handle.
Woo. Handle a jack.
Whoa. Let's take a beer, man.
Oh my God, this computer.
Damn, I kind of wish I had Twitch up just to see how bad this intro was so botched.
Dude, it was.
It was in stop motion.
It was like Speed Racer. It was bad.
It was.
I was watching an old Nightmare Before Christmas. You know, like felt the cuts. The cuts weren't real enough for me.
Yo.
All right, you guys, let me know when we're back up because I had to shut down Chrome for a second to see if that frees up some space.
Oh goodness.
Jesus.
All right, I think we're back.
Are we back? Okay, we're gonna fix that. Actually, we're not even gonna fix that in post because that's kind of how this show goes anyway.
Yeah, I was about to say, you know, this isn't gonna be the first time. It's not gonna be the last time that the show dies.
Seriously.
Yeah.
A few minutes, an hour.
The screen's black though,
10 minutes
so
left.
Can't see anything.
Can they hear us?
Yes.
Awesome. That's all they need to hear.
All right, so this is the throwback show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No overlays. No fancy gimmicks.
Even Hell Pockets and Frames had overlay.
I know, right? Shit, maybe we should just go back to that. My computer will surely not crash with that overlay. The animated GIF might put it through its paces, though. Anyway, we actually had a pretty good...
Just get the old SDR, the original one.
I know, just gotta go back to no video, man. I don't think we can handle it. Fuck. But we actually had a pretty big weekend, even with NCR behind us. Like, it felt like a lot of stuff that you really want to talk about happened after NCR, which is, I mean... Considering a lot of people were expecting things like trailers for new characters for Street Fighter V and whatnot, it was kind of lame that NCR kind of ended with nothing, you know? None of that. It was a great tournament, don't get me wrong on that. Like, the whole thing was fantastic. I loved going to NCR every year, and this year was no different. But a lot of people expressed, you know, their disappointment to me that, hey, you know, you had your chance to make up for last year with no Alex trailer. Let's get a new DLC character trailer this year. Nothing.
Well, my guess is that Hanzo Gonzo probably delayed the DLC trailer as well. So, I mean, he's making a record out of it every year now. That's going to be his new streak. He's going to beat the Undertaker. 22 years. He's going to prevent the DLC trailer from happening. So, it'll be good times.
That would be impressive on his part. But I also kind of feel like, I'm like, okay, you know, he's got a little thing going on there. But I also kind of feel like, hey, man, you know, maybe you might want to release it eventually because there's still no talks on when we're gonna get it, you know?
Well, you know, maybe in 20 years Alex will actually be in Street Fighter V.
Ooh, that is
so
scathing.
At that point we can talk about the next character.
So I want to keep talking about NCR, but before that, let's get right into it. We have a guest here. We have DJ Cream, Daryl, a longtime friend of the show, here to talk about Anime Evo, which is happening again this year. So say hi to everyone, Daryl.
Hi, everyone, Daryl.
All right.
Really? We're just gonna do that? We're gonna run old stand-up comedy on there too.
I feel like every guest we make makes that joke at least once of an appearance.
I mean, you guys just laid out the carpet. I just decided to walk all over it, man.
Nice.
I respect
That's
it.
fair.
All right, so yeah, like for those who are following like the Anime Evo Twitter account, we pretty much posted up a bunch of like minor announcements leading up to like this last stretch of tournaments, which is like for at least anime, it's KSB in Japan and then Combo Breaker coming up. So the small announcement that we did was we announced 2 more games to the Anime Evo lineup. Those games are Yatagarasu on PC and Catherine on PS3.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, like these two games were always like at Evo like these past couple of years. It's just this is the first time both TOs for these 2 games traditionally. This is the first time we all linked up together. So hopefully this will bring a much renewed viewer interest in both these games.
Right. So as we know, we already have Guilty Gear and BlazBlue in the main lineups, but obviously that doesn't dissuade you guys from continuing to do what you're doing, still shine a little bit of light on some of these other games here. So how do you feel that your success has been in the past with Anime Evo? Like, how's it been going for these past couple of years?
So we formally launched Anime Evo 2 years ago. So seeing the leap of like our debut year, which was pretty cool. Like it was like 9 games or so, and then we gradually like implemented more games on our second year, and now this year we're up to like 15 games, and it's pretty crazy to see like all these smaller communities contacting us, and like now we're becoming like a more unified like section of Evo, which is very promising.
I mean, I gotta say, like I every year we make the prediction on how many games you're gonna have, and I'm always uncomfortable making that prediction because there's just so many games that are played competitively, and I always wonder like what is there gonna be their limit? What's gonna be their limit? And you guys outdo yourselves every year, and you've done it again this year. I don't know who still plays Yatagarasu, but I'm sure people do. Will they come out to Evo? Most likely, because you guys get surprisingly large turnouts for your events.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's almost like you get like major turnouts.
Yeah, so I mean, like the big number that we crunched last year is just on pre-reg, like online pre-reg alone, like we had close to 200 unique entrances across like those 13 games. So it was like, all right, we have a lot of people now, like a lot more than we originally anticipated. So this year we're doing improvements to like, let's say, online registration, how we're gonna handle like the scheduling of these 2 games, because like just a reminder, like Evo is a 3-day event. However, Sunday is like exclusively top 8s, and like I don't think there's gonna be any like BYOC area available. So we're trying to run all these games on 2 days, which is like crazy to think about, but like we are definitely in need of like a bunch of help. So along with our announcement of 2 games, I've also posted up a volunteer form, so on the Anime Evo Twitter page.
Right.
We are looking for a bunch of volunteers to like help like bracket run. We're also looking into like adding more streamers to our event and possible commentators along with that.
Do you know how many people you guys are looking for total? Do you not have a number? Is it just you'll take everybody?
At this point, we just want to see like who wants to like really commit to the cause. To be honest, like, we don't know. Like we know for like streamers, like we know how much of a hassle it is to like bring whatever streaming equipment you have, like, and then fly all that stuff on like an airplane to Vegas. So we're not expecting a lot of people, but for those who do want to step up, like it's a great opportunity. I mean, like as Anime Evo, we don't claim ownership for like whatever footage you provide. So like if you want to do top 8 for Catherine, like, and you want to stream at Evo, like you could keep Top 8 Catherine on your Twitch page, on your YouTube, and like upload out of YouTube. Like we don't, we don't claim ownership over that. So that's a huge like that's a huge benefit for like streaming for us. I mean, that can potentially be on like a production reel, and like just huge benefits for like whoever wants to stream for Anime Evo.
Right, you're not gonna just like tout your brand over and be like, nope, that's all ours. Thanks for nothing.
Nah, we're a lot more laid back.
Yeah,
we're a lot more laid back than that.
So yeah, obviously a lot of these games are run by you guys in the community, but with what, 15 games, 13 games, like how many people are administrating each one of these games? Like it's got to be a lot.
Yeah, like I know I'm like me personally, I'm TOing like 3 different games, and then like each other game is pretty much done like is being TO'd by they're like pretty much just one or two guys, like, or I mean like one game or one TO per game,
right?
To clarify. So there's a lot of people who are stepping up to run tournaments, and yeah, like the dedication to their individual scenes is like monumental, and I applaud and respect everyone who like chips in. Yeah,
I mean it's real serious, because I mean there's a lot of games that people want to play out there, and like you like with Catherine, you also got Puyo versus Tetris and things like that. So I mean, it seems like there's a lot of different competition that can be made and found more than likely than not at Evo.
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like puzzle games is like a really interesting like venture. I know like Puyo Tetris is being like released on Nintendo Switch and PS4 tomorrow. Yeah, and I'm probably gonna cop me a copy just because it's like everybody knows how to play Puyo, or like everybody knows how to play Tetris. Some people know how to play Puyo, but I feel like going to a bunch of like even anime conventions and fighting game tournaments, like everybody thinks they're like, yo, my Tetris game is super nice.
And you get the guy who gets
man, not me. My Tetris game is super whack.
Actually, it's funny because I actually went out with a girl like on a Saturday, and that was like one of the things she said to me was like, I actually I never get beat in Tetris, and I was just like, boy, do I got some people you should meet.
See, this is what I like about the show. Hillpockets just makes up stories.
Wow. What?
Women.
Like I can't date a girl that plays Tetris.
No, you just can't date a girl.
Yeah, all right, well,
yeah, like you're like, oh man, I'm super nice. Look at my Tetrises, and this guy gets back-to-back T-spins, and you just fucking lose, and you're like, well, I guess I wasn't as good as I thought I was.
Then they tell you about it, and you're like, what the fuck is a T-spin?
Yeah, I like Puyo a lot. I think the biggest combo I've ever done was like 6, and that's like 10 less than like.
See, that's like me playing Tetris Attack when everybody else is like, I'm seeing question marks if we're playing the original version, and I'm like, yeah, you all better than me. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a fun game though.
Yeah, it's still great. I wish I was better at Puyo, more so than Tetris. Tetris is pretty cool, but I'm like not that great. I used to play a lot of Tetris Friends, but I never broke like rank 15 or something like that. I don't know. It was pretty trash.
Yeah, I mean, like I played a lot of like Tetris DS like back in high school, and that was like the hot stuff because it was one of the first that was like one of the first games where like I played that had like online internet play. So like,
oh yeah,
when you get ranked up against like a Japanese dude, it's like, oh my god, what am I doing wrong?
Why is he so fast and accurate? Oh no, I put the SPs in the wrong spot. I'm dead. It's over. I can't recover. I don't have the forethought to know where I'm going to have to put the next 3 bricks.
Like, I wouldn't even know where to start with that shit. I just throw stuff everywhere, and if I win, I'm just like,
Man, the first time I played Puyo, it was called Kirby's Avalanche, and I didn't know it was a series. Okay, so
yeah, right.
some people were like, "Yo, my first Puyo is like Mean Bean Machine."
Yeah.
Oh exactly. Shit, dude. Mean Bean Machine. I stared at that box for like 2 whole years before I realized I didn't want to play it.
So, quick question about Anime Evo. So obviously you guys have a lot more games represented under your guys' lineup, a bunch of different brands. Has anybody from like Japanese communities or even Evo Japan like reached out to like offer assistance or promote you guys or anything to try and help?
I'm not sure how much I can say about that.
Well,
that makes it helpful.
I mean, like I've like I have a background in journalism, so like I used to write for like an anime website. So like I know who to contact among like the different among the different publishers per se.
Mhm.
I don't think I can say who at this point, but at least I know that I don't know anything about anime, or I don't know about Evo Japan, like per se, because that's like a huge conglomerate of like sponsors doing like a Japanese tournament. So I'm not sure we're on their radar yet.
All right, that's really cool, man. I can only imagine what it'll be like.
Let the speculation go.
I'm just saying, we'll get to it a little bit later, but there's definitely going to be something that's going to come out after Evo that I'm looking forward to, and that's all I'm going to say for now.
I mean, like our track record is looking really nice. I mean, last year, like Exceed dropped 2.5K pot bonus on Nitro Plus Blasters.
Oh yeah, that was sick. Like just out the cut.
That was definitely a high point in our in our anime Evo history, and we'll wait and see if we can surpass that somehow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I mean, sounds like it's going pretty good so far. I mean, obviously, need a little bit more help out there. Probably a lot more help, because any more hands would probably be better than just not having as many. But,
yeah, it's kind of weird because like last year, this year, we got Guilty Gear and BlazBlue on the main Evo main stage. Mm-hmm. So a lot of our past people that we link up with to run Anime Evo, some of them are all like, yeah, I kind of want to go participate, either play or help out with the production of Guilty Gear and BlazBlue at Evo. And I can't knock them. That's their pursuit. That's their motivations. More power to them. So that also leaves openings for people who want to dedicate parts of their Evo time to help out with Anime Evo, because we are gonna be there all weekend, and we're gonna try our best to meet the standards to our players.
Yeah, I feel like it's potentially going to be difficult to procure a lot of PS3s with Catherine to
it shouldn't be that hard. Catherine was a free game on PS Plus for a while.
Well, and from what I know, that community is pretty good about bringing their own stuff. Too.
Well, they've been running a lot of stuff year round, right? Like Dacid Bro has been the freaking captain of the ship.
Well, I just feel
I mean, Catherine has been at Evo for the past, I want to say 3 years or something, and just this past year, you're starting to see Catherine at Genesis, CEO Otaku, a Combo Breaker. Catherine has a legit presence now, and then any more promotion would be great for pretty much everyone.
Yeah. So definitely tons of anime games, but
a lot of anime.
I'm seeing a severe lack of poverty games. I mean,
what are you talking about?
These are all high class licensed titles. You know what I'm talking about? We're talking. Yeah,
sir. I was at TRF 3 weeks ago, and I saw Yatagarasu, Nitro Plus Blasters, and Chaos Code. Come on, bro. what do you want?
Well, I mean, I'm surprised you haven't had Chris, beating down your door to try to run Hyper DBZ.
Ooh.
So
now that's anime.
I've been holding my tickets on that a little bit closely to my chest, because the guys who are developing that are actually getting some steam behind it. So I'm thinking hey, maybe I might not have to even do anything. I can just kind of be there at the right place at the right time. But if that doesn't happen, you will hear from my people.
You have people now?
I have people that play Hyper Dragon Ball Z competitively.
Oh, okay. I thought you had people.
Some of them are lawyers.
Are some of them females who play Tetris as well?
You know what? The answer to this is yes.
All right, you guys.
I know his lawyer.
Yeah, all right.
Mm-hmm.
They're the
Sanchez
same
does
person.
not count as a lawyer, no matter what Beautiful Dude tells you.
He doesn't even play Hyper Dragon Ball Z.
This is not. It has nothing to do with Sanchez. I know his lawyer. I personally know his actual factual lawyer.
She's pretty good at Texas.
He definitely plays Tetris.
She's pretty good.
I don't know if I believe it.
You have to believe it, because there's no evidence producing otherwise. But I would like to see
no evidence that she exists.
I mean, I would take photos and everything, but she's a lawyer. She told me that's against the protocol. So, but
she's not in witness protection.
I was trying to talk about Hyper Dragon Ball Z, man.
Sure you are.
Let me
you changing the topic. I know how this works.
We're not trying to steal DJ Cream's thunder. I just want to say Hyper Dragon Ball Z is a real skill game, and it deserves a spot somewhere at Evo. Maybe not an anime Evo, but maybe we need a DBZ Evo, a DBevo, a DBZevo. I'm telling you, I have dreams about like Hyper Dragon Ball Z being on the main stage someday, and then getting immediately pulled when Namco says, "Hey, wait a minute, who let that shit happen?"
Needs to be like a officially actually based off anime Evo, you know. So you have your Gundam there, but then you got DBZ, you got the Naruto games,
dude. Actually, I did want to bring up the fact that since you guys do have, like, you know, a reputation of running what's new and hot in Japan, do we not this year, obviously, but will we possibly be seeing some Final Fantasy Dissidia stuff? Like, is that something you're interested in running?
I mean, if people want to bring PSPs,
there's a PS4 version coming out, right?
Well, yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah, I know. I like that's a tall order. I mean, like, I don't know.
I mean, I know not cats.
3v3, so that can be hard.
Yeah, getting 3v3 at Evo, bro, dude, it's already hard enough.
I was about to say, man, the fact that Gundam Versus does as well as it does, it's something short of a miracle. Man, you trying to get 3v3 teams?
Push it to the limit, baby.
I just realized.
Past the point of no return.
Fuck Gundam next year. We'll have the new Virtual On.
Yes, wait, no.
To Aruba Jutsu no Index. The monkey's paw curl that was asking for a new Virtual On, and then this happened. I'm like, I don't know what to think. What is going on?
See, I would definitely server mute Anthony. That would take away from the show.
Oh my god. Yeah, but that's right. There will be a new Virtual On next year. So you guys got a couple of big years ahead of you.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we already have a new Gundam coming up. Like that's already cool enough.
Yeah.
So another question is, are you guys planning on adding anything more to the roster at this point? I know it seems like a tall order already, but
here's the thing: like, we still haven't put up our registration page yet, so
still time.
It's not finalized.
Oh man.
I mean, like, at this point, you get, like, we're gonna be having to like scrape whatever's left of like people's like fighting game shelf to like run stuff. To be honest, like what else is there that we could run?
Breaker's Revenge.
I'm actually scared to say that question.
Sailor Moon for SNES, Tournament Fighters.
Ooh, we played some of that at NCR.
I mean, there is no shortage of games that nobody else plays. I mean, Waku Waku 7.
I mean, yeah, those are great titles and everything. Just like, we just need people to step up, like, you know, figure out the logistics of everything, talk to us, all that kind of stuff. Like, I'm not. So this year, I have yet to say no. I feel like I should have, but
I feel like I might have made a mistake, but
I mean, like, if everything works well, I mean, it's not a mistake. So,
right.
Like, so far, I haven't said no to anyone. So if anybody wants to like be serious about running stuff at Evo, like, let me know.
You know, what I would like, which would totally be really hard too, though, is to actually have the Anime Evo mystery tournament or something to that effect. Because mystery game never happens at Evo, as far as I know. So it'd be sick to see something of that capacity, but that is also a super logistical nightmare.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's going to be so hard.
Yeah.
It would be hilarious, though.
The real mystery game is like who's gonna be crazy enough to like enter all our tournaments like this year. If you want the mystery game experience, that'd probably be it.
Oh yeah, it's like, man, that's actually gonna be really hard.
Someone tell Nerd Josh he needs to stop signing up for main games at Evo.
Give it up, Josh. Go back to where you're from. You know, go back to your roots. Just playing poverty.
Playing poverty games and then like moonlighting with CBS 2.
Yeah.
I mean, CVS 2 is probably going to be another side tournament run by Boss, like at Evo. Let's be real.
Nah, for real. Did he run something at NCR? Because he was there.
He was there, yeah.
I think Boss just shows up.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's NorCal. There's always CVS 2 in NorCal, so.
Sick.
He just goes where the CVS 2 is.
I mean, if somebody had it, I didn't see it there the whole weekend, so I was actually kind of disappointed. But then again, I
saw Boss play. I definitely saw Boss play CVS 2. I thought about joining in, and I was like, maybe I don't want to get scraped today.
It's a great
See,
experience.
what you should do is offer Boston 151 so that the playing field is slightly more leveled.
Jesus Christ.
You're going to lose still, but you might feel better about yourself.
It doesn't work that way. He offers people strong 0 when he plays them in CVS2.
Oh, I should have played him.
He then turns around and de-levels the playing field again.
That tantalizing beverage.
It's a nice soda, sir. Yes, soda. Speaking of soda, I definitely got Daigo Umehara to try a hard orange soda that I drank out of.
Which one?
It was called, what was it, Hank's Hard Soda? Hank's Hard.
Yeah, I think it was Hank.
Huh.
Hank's Hard Soda. It was like orange flavored booze basically, and I
I've had
Henry's.
one of them, and I don't remember
Henry's.
what-
Henry. Also Hank. Henry.
Oh, okay, I've had that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Now, this is actually a very personal story for me because about 6 or 7 years ago at Super NCR, I tried to offer Daigo a drink back then, and he didn't. And neither one of us were anything. Well, he was something obviously. I wasn't shit. And still not shit. I know. Come on, get it out. Get it out. Come on.
I said nothing. I didn't say nothing.
Keep going.
Keep
We're
going.
good. We're listening.
All right. So anyway, I offered him a drink, and he's all, I know I've actually been drinking too much because everybody's been offering me drinks all over the venue, and I felt really bad because I was like, oh shit, like I'm trying to get Daigo drunk, and I just wanted him to share in my booze. So this was my opportunity to get him to try my booze, and it just happened to be something that looked like orange soda, and so he had it, and he was like, Beautiful, and I was like, yeah. He's like, wow. It's
Stepped
really
up their
good.
game.
He's like,
And
oh, I
then
see
he threw
this.
his jersey on you and walked out of the tunnel.
That's right. I mean, that's good enough. We shared an indirect kiss.
Hey,
Daigo
kid,
senpai.
have a jersey.
Anyway, I didn't mean to derail the conversation, but that's my NCR moment of the year.
So I guess we'll just talk about NCR unless there's any. Was there any questions addressed to Anime Evo or anything to that effect?
I mean, I can't fucking see them anyway. This fucking laptop.
Anybody have any questions about games, about the way it's going to be run?
I was going to say, what is the unofficial date for Unist now? Release?
July 20th?
The official date is the week after Evo is getting a JP console release.
Yeah. It's so sad.
Yeah, I don't know whether or not there's going to be build. I honestly do not know if there's going to be builds at Evo. Fingers crossed. But
that would be super cool.
It would be really nice.
They've done it before. It could happen again.
You mean don't have any insider information for us, Daryl?
Oh, what?
We invite you on our show and you don't give us any insider info?
Oh, okay. Here's the insider information.
Okay.
All right. Listen close. Do you guys have your ears to your monitors?
Yeah.
Okay. So, a famed publisher in America is dropping extra pop money to to a specific game. That game is Yatagarasu. Thank you, New Media, for dropping extra pop
better
bonus.
practice up now.
You Yatagarasu players, you got something to play for. Let's go. Let's get it.
Call Mondo. He'll come out. Come out the cut with the
Mondo
shotgun.
about to come out, be Mondo versus Jukebox Grand Finals.
It's gonna hit you with the level 5 360 super. Question life.
Need all those pop bunnies.
Yeah, that pot money is nice. I would much prefer the pot bunnies because that would make Evo adorable. Because Evo is not adorable.
It's pretty cute.
Yeah, pot money's a nice consolation.
I'm sure you can find some pot bunnies at the bunny ranch. So.
Yeah, but it's
looking for them pot brownies.
You're the one looking for the pot bunnies.
I'm just looking for the crack.
I feel like this conversation just veered really quickly into a gutter.
420.
Jesus.
Thank you, Chris.
That joke was eventually going to come up.
Yeah.
Had to do it.
All right.
Well, good shit
So
to do.
NCR, right?
So NCR, we were all there. It was amazing. We had a great time.
Hold on, Daryl. Is there anything in particular you want to bring about NCR? Because I know your time is limited right now.
I think the only my personal experience with NCR aside from so I ran Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue.
Mm-hmm.
Guilty Gear had nearly 50 people entry, which is way more than all the other side games. and more than some of the official games.
Yeah.
I won't say which ones, but you can check the challenge bracket. All I'm saying is NCR should heavily consider running Guilty Gear as an official game next year.
Yeah.
Because I honestly think it deserves the spotlight.
I feel like we said that last year.
We said it before we even went into NCR. It was really weird that it wasn't a main game, which is even stranger because I could have sworn it was a main game one year. Like
Yeah, wasn't it
top 8
Yeah, it's been main game status like for previous years.
Yeah, I want to say. I mean, it was like 3 years ago, but it was at some point.
Well,
They did run a much bigger game list several years ago, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it feels like in the last 2 or so, they've really tried to cut down the level of official games.
Okay.
It might be a staffing thing.
Well,
Just people who they know they can get versus, trying to reach out to other people to run stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how organizing NCR is all about, but they should just keep at least Guilty Gear in mind because we do have players out here. I want to say NorCal is one of the stronger regions in America, and just if you want to see the best of the best come out, just say, hey, dude, we're actually gonna support this. That's all we need.
We never quite figured out if it was an issue with the TOs or the players, though. But at this point, it couldn't hurt for both to kind of come together and at least discuss it.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I mean, you're doing a great service to the community by running these events. Obviously they weren't main or anything like that, but even then, you still stepped up, and I really want to just commend you for that, for showing the support to the games that you like and games that other people up here like. So I just really wish that more of the community would see the efforts and strides you're making and respond thusly by actually showing up to the tournament, coming out and play, because we got people from SoCal and a couple other regions and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
I totally helped out some of the SoCal players like Julian, for example. He showed up day of, and I was I had to go help him reg last minute reg before day of, and I was oh man, I hope you do well, Julian. He did really well. He got third place at both GG and BB, so he did pretty good.
Oh yeah,
he was
third place Julian.
he was also one of the first people to break the news about how much the hotel situation was a blow up on Saturday night.
Oh yeah, with his "Hi, I'm Julian" or whatever he said.
Never a dull moment at NorCal Regionals, man. At least,
man, you know what? I'm glad I wasn't there for that. That sounds like just a nightmare.
Yo, have you ever been to a major that's underwater? No, you haven't. Not until NCR, baby.
Jesus.
Yeah,
forget the beach. We're going under the sea.
Oh my god,
we were on fire and under the sea.
Yeah,
at the same time.
You know what's
literally this year? This is the first time I've ever seen the emergency doors closed for elevators.
Wow.
And I was oh snaps, it's going down.
I like how they trap you inside when there's a fire. You're not going anywhere.
They're just oh hell, it finally happened. Somebody got so tired of this hotel that they're burning the place down.
No more of this venue.
Well, dude, last year it was the chick that was on meth pulling the fire alarm. Now it's actual fire. I was wow, what's gonna happen next year?
I just think it was funny because we were in the after hours room setting up, and then I just see the lights flickering, and I'm like, are we supposed to leave now, or what's going on? It was.
And I'm out I'm driving like a maniac trying to find batteries at fucking midnight.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So legit my anime bootleg suite was floor 10. Floors 16 to 11 were all shut down and flooded. For some reason the poverty god is shined upon. My room is we shall save this room.
But you that's good karma, man. You do a service to the community, and you know
what it was is they're just man, they play on trash cans anyway. Making them shut down the room is not going to change.
Hey,
anything.
They play on trash cans, but they eat Popeyes. All right, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, you're the one who brought it though.
So what? No, does that make me not a part of the community?
Makes you not a trash can.
What I'm saying is you're spoiling them with your largesse.
Hey, that's me showing love to the community of NorCal. So
that's true.
Big ups to them.
It was a good time in that anime suite too, and I didn't get as much time in there as I wanted to, but holy shit, yes, I got my fill.
Yeah. Nothing like old man stories in the NorCal room talking about Ram Nation and other such things.
Dude, like the conversations range from like, you know, like old man FGC to like how lit like black churches are on Sunday.
Oh yeah, like, I just remember that. They're like, you guys don't understand. Once they start feeling the Holy Spirit and the organ goes off, I was like, oh man, everyone's having a good old time. That's what I love. So laid back.
I definitely feel like that's a one of a kind of experience. But then again, I'm sure you could probably get that at any local major. But this one's special to me because it's mine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's in the backyard, which makes it even like.
Yeah. Hopefully, this is the last time it's in the backyard. I think we've earned the right to graduate at this point back to the mainland.
Yeah, right. We're going to Concord or something like that. Yeah, the Fuddruckers NCR.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. No, I'm good. I don't want to go back to Fuddruckers, bro.
Get that heat blow up, man. Smell like ass and tits up in there, dude. The esports arena might be a good venue for it. You know, whenever that opens up.
Oh yeah, in Oakland.
Yeah, a lot of people were talking about that at NCR. They were all anticipating esports arena opening up. So, you know, could be possibly on the move again. Maybe.
I hope that's near a hotel.
I hope that's near a hotel. Well, downtown Oakland's got some hotels in it. Actually, it's not like as bad as downtown San Francisco, where it's like you got hotels, but it's like it's more than the damn rent. You know. So,
yeah.
I think we'll you know do all right out there. But yeah, NCR was great. You know, had some great tournaments. Uniel, probably my favorite tournament of the and like can't even describe like how hyped Uniel is for no fucking reason.
I'm kind of upset. I got eliminated from that tournament from Walkman over here. I'm super sad.
The best part was I was looking at you guys and I was like, man, I think they're playing casuals. I'm just gonna pull the plug on that shit.
Oh. Yeah, it was pretty funny because right before he had to play me, he had played Sudden Blackouts Walled, so he just had to fight 2 walls in a row.
I got O2'd by I got like O2'd by 2 walls. That shit sucked.
Dude, fucking Hagure knocked me out. I'm like, I thought I had the sickest maneuver at the very end. I dashed forward, like next hit would win for either of us. I dashed forward, tried to chain shift, and then block. No chain shift, and I just got fucking lit up. He fucking slapped me in the head, and I'm just like, well, I guess that's that. I'm gonna blame the brisket that
Crackfeed
brought. Oh, the brisket!
Damn, the brisket got you?
Crackfeed just dropped some random brisket on us out of nowhere.
No, not a random brisket. Crackfeed brought a 16-pound brisket that he slow cooked for, I believe, a day and a half.
Dude, it was so good.
Yeah, it was definitely the best food I've had at an event.
But you know, the thing was, me and Hagure were playing, right? Mm-hmm. And then like after the first match, Seg comes over. He's like, "Hey, you guys share this." And he puts 2 pieces of brisket down in front of us. So we're playing, and I'm like looking at the brisket, and I'm playing it, and then I lose, and I'm like, "Fuck it, I'm going in now." Eat the brisket, power up, beat him pretty decently in the next round. I'm like, "All right." And I'm like, "Why don't you have yours, man?" He's like, "No, I'm gonna stay hungry, man. I'm in the fight." I play him, and it gets down to the wire, and then I fucking choke it up at the last second and lose. I'm like, God damn it.
Didn't have enough brisket, baby.
Yeah.
Should have eaten his brisket, man.
Yeah, I should have eaten his brisket.
If you beat him, you get to eat his brisket.
Give me that brisket.
Hagure was definitely more disciplined in that match.
Oh, shit.
Man. I went in like the caveman Waldstein is, and then just ended up losing for it. I didn't evolve.
Mm-hmm. The best thing about his brisket, there was a barbecue joint everyone was going to, like a block away from the venue, and his brisket just blew away that barbecue joint.
Yeah, that barbecue. It was all right.
The barbecue was good. Don't get me wrong, but his brisket, like, it wasn't just smoky flavor. It had so much more body to it. Like, it had the seasonings was good, like the rub. Like, it wasn't like super overly smoky to where that's all you could taste. Oh man,
just raw girth.
I want that brisket again.
All right.
Crap, where are you?
Yo, mind if I cut in really quick?
Go ahead.
All right.
Sure.
I got like 2 highlights to like knock on before I leave for today.
Okay.
So first highlight is the Bootleggers Convention Drink of the Year.
What's that go to?
That will go to Cauliflower. He brought over this boozy Thai tea, which is really good.
What?
I think Yeah, I think most of the King of Fighters players like indulged in that, but he put in a lot of work.
Oh man, I love Thai tea, so good thing I don't drink.
Oh, yeah, it was mad nice. Dude, I was about to give the award to like Gate Guardian Season 2, but but Cauliflower came through like last minute. I was like, oh, this is the stuff right here.
I just remember getting there. I think it was like Saturday night or something like that, and I just saw like 3 buckets in the corner. I'm like, what happened when I was gone? Man.
Yeah, buckets of alcohol at NCR. That's a common sight.
True. It's the fucking best.
Yeah, and then my second highlight is playing Sterling's new game, Fantasy Strike.
Oh, shout out to Sterling, for real.
Yeah, that game is super simple to like pick up. So like, he just pretty much cuts out like all the execution barriers and like whatnot, and then like it pretty much like the game just devolves into like, yo, who can make the best decisions, which is pretty much what Yomi is all about.
Oh yeah. Speaking about making the best decisions, I'd like to say that I beat Reynolds like 2-0 in that game. So,
he did.
I'm just gonna feel myself a little bit because that guy's really good at video games, but he's no Yomi god like me.
I would like to say that Daigo ducked me in this game as well.
Oh.
So yeah, like previous years, I would say like if I see Daigo and I'm like over by the poverty station, I would ask him whether or not he wants to play me in Aquapaza or like in Melty Blood. He's always declined.
He's getting old, huh?
Yeah.
So gotta hit him up for those Tiddlywinks money matches. That's more of his speed these days. Dude.
I'm about to go see him in like. Actually, he plays mahjong. Maybe not mahjong.
Play him bocce ball or something. Horseshoes. Come on,
horseshoes.
Daigo.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I'll take that.
Or dominoes. Let's go. Put its fucking bones on the table.
Daigo, do you have Big Six? EA.
I'll fuck him up with some Big Six, man. That's my shit.
Oh man, I wonder how Daigo's billiards are.
Not even close. Not even good. Man. I can tell that guy's got shaky hands. That dude ain't got no. That dude ain't got.
I don't know. I can see Daigo being good at darts for some reason.
Nah, hell no, man.
You know what Daigo's good at? Staying on a goddamn exercise bike for 2+ hours straight.
Yeah, that's real, man. That's fucking real. Like when you told me that shit, I was just like, damn. Was that shit like on resistance level 1 or something?
I don't know what it was at, but the man stayed on. Me and Abe were in the gym for 2 hours, along with James Chen, and Daigo's just sitting there pedaling, reading manga the entire time.
Is it his own manga? He's reading his own manga while he's riding the bike?
Yeah, probably is. in scumbag fashion, like right before Abe and I even get a chance, like we're trying to get on the bike, he just walks in, sits down, doesn't say a word to us. I'm like, oh, this bastard.
Yeah, there was like one bike in the motherfucker too. He just sits down and shit.
Yeah, just plops down and doesn't get up.
Not very polite.
Yeah, but he was on that for over 2.5 hours.
Maybe he just thought that you didn't want to kill your gains.
Probably. he kept looking over at us, just like, man, look at these idiots and their weights. Wow. Like, what?
They're not getting any cardio. That's so whack.
That's exactly what he was saying. He's like, how do they expect to beat me? Oh, look at that. That's cute. They're lifting up 5 pounds.
Wow. Sir, I definitely went for the 50s.
Daigo just over here like that. Strength is in the mind, not in the body.
I'll throw you off that bike with my mind, Daigo.
Daryl, how much time do we have left with you?
Oh, I think
he's dead.
I think he's already
boy.
He already died. All right, well, we want to thank DJ Cream, Daryl Bunau, for joining us here on SDR. And now we get to new business. First up,
right.
What?
I was going to say, what do you want to start with?
I want to start with Marvel Infinite. I think that is probably the most recent hot topic that has occurred today, actually. That was a leak. There was a leak that basically revealed 8 new characters, I believe.
Well, it's like a semi-leak, because what it's seeming like is that this is information that's supposed to come out this week. That was revealed to press, and then somebody put it up and then realized it wasn't supposed to go up yet.
Ooh, the classic.
Yeah, and it's one of the websites that tend to do that all the time. So it's not one of those accidental leaks, in my opinion.
Oh,
it definitely seems like one of those. Oh, we totally didn't mean to. Whoops.
We'll take it down right away. Now, here's the thing, though. Like, I didn't actually get a chance to read the list, and I'm sure it's available somewhere, and I'm going to look at it later when it doesn't kill my laptop. But you guys can read that off.
It is on iPlay Winner right now.
Oh, we've got an article on it, though. We got the cutting edge going on here. I can't open to my browser, so I can't see anything right now. Somebody list
Don't try to open your browser, please.
Somebody list the characters for me, please. I'm blind here.
So it revealed 8 characters. What is it? 5 5 Marvel characters and 3 Capcom characters.
Yes.
Okay.
And some people are kind of disappointed because it's nothing but Marvel Cinematic Universe characters.
And they're all returning characters from Marvel 3, except for Ultron.
Yeah. But
so, go for it. Sorry.
Oh, no, I'm saying it's Ultron. Go, you go. Go.
Oh, so I was going to say that while people may be disappointed that this is returning characters, it's the end of April, and E3 is just around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's true. These are the kind of characters that you probably want to get out of the way. You're like, all right, I expect it. They're going to have these characters and have that. Kind of already expected Ultron because we saw that one little silhouette that looked like Ultron Sigma. You know, all right. Let's get all the obvious stuff out of the way. So now from here on out, if this is the case, I want to see some wild stuff, you know?
See, that's it. Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking is that you kind of, it's like, you know, you get all these other characters who people get to see them come back, and some people are happy, and maybe some people are like, oh, we've seen this. And then you kind of whet people's appetite with Ultron. And you're like, and by the way, more new stuff is coming.
Yeah.
Soon. So it'll be interesting to see who ends up being in the game. Obviously, by now, I'm sure a lot of people have seen a lot of lists. Because with any kind of speculation for a game like this, there's 8 million lists, roster lists in the wild. Everybody's seen names. Everybody's seen hopefuls. There's a lot of different things being bandied about, and it's hard to tell what might be real, what is completely obviously fake. I'm just glad we're getting news about the game.
Oh yeah.
Because what were we on? Roughly, we were really close to about 4 or 5 months with nothing.
Yeah, it was running really close. We got something at CPT last year, obviously with the reveal, and then there was...
Yeah, from December till this week, there's been absolutely nothing.
Man.
So that's about a little over 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot, especially in video game time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is great, too, because we weren't even anticipating E3. We were anticipating EVO. So we at least had 2 months to go before we heard anything in, like, the classic sense of the anticipation. So the fact that we're getting something now is even more... hope, leaves me more hope that by EVO we will have at least 50% of the cast revealed, and people will probably be either surprised, pissed, happy, sad, whatever.
Well,
or test build.
Yeah, and even more so, you have to think about it this way: not only were we so long without any news, it was so long without any news against a wall of fighting game news.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Injustice 2 comes out next month, and we've been getting a new trailer almost every week for that game.
Right.
Tekken 7 comes out at the beginning of June, and we've been seeing more about that as new characters are added, different builds of the game are out in the wild. We have Rev 2 coming out next month. There's talk that might get a demo, but we don't know. We've had different new characters in Answer and Biken. Eunice just got announced. Like, you can throw a stone and hit a fighting game right now.
Yes.
And it actually felt like, when you combine this with the Street Fighter V delay, that Capcom was actually lagging behind in terms of keeping their properties hot and in the public eye.
Well, all the companies have done this so far. Not just Capcom. Capcom is just more, I don't want to say relevant, it's just they're put under a brighter spotlight. Because there was a point like last year where we had no Injustice news for months.
Oh, that's true.
And we also had no Tekken news for months either until,
Man.
what was it, mid last year I think it was?
How long has Tekken 7 been in arcade?
I was about to say, if we really want to go there with Tekken 7, Tekken 7's been out since 2014, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but no actual news at all. Like with Tekken 7, all we got was Harada saying, "Yeah, don't worry, soon it's coming. Come on."
Yeah, I mean, think about it too. Like, we had the whole blow up where it was like, all right, Tekken World Finals, and like, by the way, no release date, and we're like, what?
Oh yeah, that was heartbreaking, dude.
That was brutal.
Good. Yeah. So I mean,
I think like the only company that probably kept us in the loop constantly was SNK, and most of that people were just like, we don't want to see it right now, and show it to us when it looks better. So,
but you know, you are right about that. In that SNK has done a pretty good job of, for as much as we criticize them about the World Championships and their transparency in picking players for that and the details of it, in terms of the game and its development cycle and DLC, they've done a pretty good job keeping players up to date.
Yeah. I mean, it was almost too good of a job because they couldn't even keep their own information under wraps because of pretty much similar situations as this, you know, as similar as the Marvel Infinite situation.
No, it's different. The Marvel information was done at a press conference in some German event.
What exactly was the Rock League done at? Because that looked like it was in a public area too.
That looks like it was just done at someone's desk.
Like it's somebody's
to me, that's what it looked like too. That it was taken in an office, basically.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was like a press event or some shit like that.
No, that was not a public event. That looked like it was taken at some employee's desk because that shit was messy. And it was like, oh, hey, look, Straw, take a picture. That's it. That was sneaky, underhanded tactics right there.
Guerrilla.
It's a sneaky attack at the start of the round.
Yeah. This, I guess, from everything I've read about it from this morning till now, the news was supposed to come out later this week or something like that.
That's what it seems
a lot of people were saying it was
there was
an
embargo on it of some sort because I read it. What was it? It was like 1 or 2 in the morning. I saw it. I'm like, oh well, that's cool. And that's it. I was like, whatever. A friend of mine sent it to me. I'm like, whatever. I didn't care. I genuinely didn't care. And then I was sent a multitude of bullshit lists. I say bullshit, but all the lists had the right characters so far because it's not hard to get these characters wrong.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Hopefully, there's going to be a trailer with it according to the article that was put up. So hopefully we get that, see more of the gameplay, not just the characters.
Which is most important.
Yeah, because the thing I like about the Marvel community, what they did was, with the first gameplay trailer, right away, they just dissected everything about it. Oh, so this is how this gem works, that gem works. This is how the tag mechanic works. I'm like, oh man, look at that.
This is how the controls work. There's a button.
Yeah, there you go, see? Hopefully we get more of that.
That's what I'm hoping for. We haven't specifically heard that we're getting a trailer, but I would assume we'll be getting a trailer. A trailer, images. What I would really like more so than the characters is an idea of how the gems work.
Yeah, I want system mechanics.
Because I think that would really get people going about the game again. I think revealing characters is cool and it can get, certain fans of certain characters excited. But allowing people to get ideas of how the game's going to start working to where their mind is sort of racing through ideas already, that really starts to motivate a player base, in my opinion.
Get them theory crafted, and they're not going to stop talking until it's out.
Yeah. There's also been some speculation we may be getting a release date. I don't know how much stock I would put in that, although GameStop is starting to get materials for the game. Which tends to mean there might be some idea of a release date at least.
Yeah.
Like at least a season or a month. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. And one of the big rumors leading up, or not leading up to it, but the week of PSX, one of the biggest rumors was the X-Men cast is going to be all DLC. And as of right now, none of the X-Men characters have been revealed. Or not revealed, I can't say leaked or whatever the hell you want to say, announced. So that could be true so far.
Yeah.
Magneto, Wolverine, all that downloadable. Day one DLC was one of the bigger rumors. Hopefully that's not the case. You don't want day one paid DLC.
Yeah, that's going to be real bad precedent, especially when people are paying $60 for a game. Then you want to make them pay what, another? It depends on how many characters, but $15, $20. That's rough.
Yeah.
I don't know. What about these season passes? Like Injustice?
Yeah.
Season passes are nice, but I mean, look how well it's going for Street Fighter Season 2 right now. Like, it's cool that people are going to get everything, but people are just mad that they haven't gotten all the things yet. Like, they haven't gotten all their characters. They're not pleased, and they haven't gotten an announcement of who the characters are yet. They're even less pleased with that. So.
But they already got their money, so it's kind of like a...
Yeah, exactly. Like, take Capcom. You have my money. I'm just waiting on you to give me what I paid for. And I understand people being upset with that.
Right.
We'll see how it turns out with Marvel. Hopefully it's handled better. I know every company has like plans and schedules set in place, but you got to have some transparency with stuff like this. When people are already giving you their money, you really should have something for them already. Not just like, hey guys, you get Akuma and this one other character, and hey, we haven't told you anyone else.
Well, at least they have the beta that's still going on, and I think that's free to everybody as well.
Yeah, I think the beta is free for everybody.
Unfortunately, that's only for PC players, though. Not
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I heard it's not for PS4. So.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I mean, there's that, but again, like I understand where you're coming from. It's just like it's kind of a awkward situation where it's like, hey, I bought it. I'm here to support you guys. I like this. So where's the stuff? And it's like, yeah, about that. We'll be there. So I can only hope that this is just gonna be because we're gonna get a better product out of it at the end. You know what I'm talking about? But you know, obviously everything's gonna have its ups and downs. So we'll see how it plays out. But I mean, so far people seem to like Akuma. People seem to like Colleen. So you know, hopefully the next character, whoever gets revealed, is going to be something people are going to be looking forward to.
It really is one of those things that it really sucks for Capcom, because you had this whole thing about new CFM, and then you have to come out and basically eat shit on that, and there's no way around it because it got delayed. And so I keep going back to what we've always seen, where the American half of a company and the Japanese half of a company have a lot of miscommunication.
Oh yeah.
And I keep wondering if that's really what's going on.
Well, this is what happened at the beginning, where Capcom USA was saying one thing about the game and Capcom Japan said something completely different. And then there was like no communication for a month almost. And then we got it again. I want to say that is what's happening, but I'm not. I don't work for Capcom. I'm not in. No, so I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. It's. We can rampantly speculate all day, but the fact of it is that it looks like we're going to get a second CFN beta on PC, and we're going to get the new character in part of that beta. At least that was what was looking like it's going to happen. Now, we still don't have a date for when that beta will be, but you know, I mean, that's what we know for now. We do know that we're getting the Thailand stage, the school costumes, and the work costumes this week. We do know that. So,
and all that's free or just for season pass holders?
No, that's all. So I don't know how that's going to work with season pass, actually. I know that the costumes are all paid only.
Okay.
The Thailand stage can be bought with in-game currency or paid for. So I don't know if any of that is under the season pass or not, to be honest.
Okay. So if that's the case, I guess we'll find out in a few days, hopefully.
Hopefully.
And yeah, I mean, for the people who play Street Fighter, I know they're all looking forward to this and balance updates and character updates. So we'll see. I'm sure we'll get something by well, the new character has to be out by Combo Breaker, right? Right?
Your guess is as good as mine. I'm not making any kind of. I ain't making any kind of statements on it, because there's just. It's been too hard to tell.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, you know, originally when the DLC character started, we were thinking 1 a month. That was season 1. And that definitely didn't happen.
Yeah, the one every other month was nice. I was for that. I didn't mind it. But then again, I don't play the game, so.
And then it was only supposed to be season 2 update was going to be the big balance update, and that was it. Like season 1 had stayed the same all year. Now these were assumptions. These were never stated outright by Capcom, but there was never anything said to the player base opposite that or against that. So it's always one of those things where you get people making an assumption, and when that assumption isn't dispelled, it becomes something they actually said when they didn't. That's always the problem. So,
sorry, I'm back.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
So what else do we have? What is it? Blaze Blue is coming out on Steam this week or next week, right?
Steam is actually surprising to me because it's kind of seemed like they were going to wait a little bit longer on that, I guess. But they're trying to roll everything out now because that's like this is the last Blaze Blue iteration, right?
Yep. CF should be for now, at least.
Yeah, they said it's the last for now, which actually means nothing.
I literally can't believe anything they say anymore.
Well, I mean, this story arc's over, so
yeah, that's the thing that I remember people saying. It's the story arc that's done, not Blaze Blue or whatever. So.
Oh, okay. So now they're gonna enter the Ash storyline, huh? Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. They had said at the time, I believe, that it was I'm trying to remember what the exact words were. It was basically like for a long time or something like that. And you know, that doesn't mean anything.
And like another big piece of news is the Fight Club, the KOF Fight Club in China. And this is big for me and probably other KOF players because basically the top 8 for it was the top 8 for World Championship Series. World Championship Series Finals. And it was almost completely upside down. You got Shanghai taking it, you got ET in second, and you got M-Dash dead last.
No, not dead last. He got 8.
Dead 8, tied for 7th. Still, it's still not winning the tournament, basically. And I gotta say, I think a lot of that just kind of comes to the fact that 2.0 is just so different from what we've been dealing with so far. It's kind of throwing people off. It was happening at NCR too. People act like they didn't know how to play the game, myself included.
Yeah, that was a big issue. I noticed at NCR.
Like a lot of people are just like they're just not very comfortable.
Yeah, there was a lot of just sloppy play. Even in top 8, you could see a lot of people were they weren't feeling it. They were either nervous or they just didn't have the confidence in this match yet.
Yeah, and
but they had a week. I mean, a week should be enough to get your shit down.
Yeah, to at least have your characters. I mean, if you don't know other characters, to at least know your characters.
Right, yeah. And a lot of people switched up for 2.0 because I guess they felt that their characters were not as strong as they were in the previous version and didn't really work out. Unless you're Reynolds, it worked out perfectly. Jesus.
A little too perfectly, yeah.
Oh my god. No, that was actually a great grand final between him and Romance. I really enjoyed commentating that with Abe. But I mean, I'd be lying if I didn't say that there was several times where like Reynolds should have not gotten 3-0'd in the first half of the set.
So what you're saying is he pulled the Reynolds?
He pulled the Reynolds more or less. But the great thing is Romance was like, I know what you're doing, and I'm going to embarrass you for doing it. And he did 3 times in a row. And he can't take those back.
But then he lost.
Well, yeah, then he lost. But Romance was in that ass for 3 matches, so that was that might have been giving him a little too much leeway, is what I'm saying. You know, if he was giving him any at all. Reynolds will never admit to it. Obviously, Reynolds will always, well, not in open, but like, you know, the way you got to play those out. You know, you can't really dick around like that. But he's gonna do it anyway, I guess. Oh, well.
I mean, it's just Reynolds, man. We've talked about him so many times. It literally feels like he doesn't play to his full strength unless it's all on the line.
Yeah, like I think we've said this before, where like he totally turns it on when he feels like there's something to lose there, and to make Reynolds feel like there's something to lose is within itself a victory, because this guy don't give a shit about anything. You know,
and we've definitely seen events where he tries to turn it on too late and he can't come back.
No, totally.
Or somebody actually, has figured him out.
Yeah, and
so
I think that Romance is a very, very dangerous person to do that to in the long run. So if they meet again at a tournament before Evo, it could be a totally different situation.
Yeah, good.
Shouts to Romance for coming out too, by the way, because that was something that we were trying to make happen, and not really at the last minute, but we had kind of assumed that everybody who was in NorCal, SoCal, or Vegas was coming out to NCR for KOF, and obviously Romance recently moved to Vegas, so that might have hindered his travel plans a little bit, but he still showed up, kicked ass, got second place. Big story of the day though, the Kohais rising up from obscurity. Like I will quote Metaphysics here. Like, these guys suck expletive. Like they couldn't beat anybody back in the day. We're talking about JD, DJ Mirror, and Gendy. These guys were like the dusty butts of STA and SoCal KOF. And it's real. And they got top 8. Like, convinced. Gendy beats GC Yoshi. TC Yoshi. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Wrong game.
Is he even GC Yoshi anymore? Jesus.
I think so.
Yeah, he still is.
Beats TC Yoshi in winners to get in top 8 in winners. Like convincingly. I didn't even get the chance to see it because I was playing a match. But people were telling me like he scraped him.
Chris was too busy getting his back blown out.
I was getting my black blown out, yes.
That was streamed.
Yes.
Yoshi versus Gendy. I didn't get to watch it. I was all the way on the other side of the room, but I meant to go back and watch it.
I watched it live, and it was crazy. Like the command of the space that Gendy controlled with Geese was just like, man. Anytime he tried to do something, boom, 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 hit him with the combo, put him on the ground, told him stand up, picked his ass up, and then dropped him on his fucking head. Lightning struck 3 times that round. It was awesome.
Jesus,
I gotta say, it was convincing.
My favorite is afterwards he came back to me to report the match, or Yoshi came to me first. He's like, "Man, I lost." I'm like, "The fuck? You lost?" He's like, "Yeah." Huh. And then Gendy shows up. Yeah, I beat his ass. Played like I didn't give a shit. Good job, you. Holy crap!
Yeah,
Gibby actually had a moment where he felt a serious emotion. He was like, "Oh shit! My God, they're learning." A single tear rolled down Gibby's cheek, and then turned to stone and fell on the ground.
Gibby was like, 23 years.
But I was saying a lot during top 8 commentary, but that was actually like the whole top 8 was a very special moment for me because I got to see guys that I will never take credit for like bringing or training anybody and teaching them how to play a game or whatnot. But I think I led by example to a certain extent because let's face it, those guys kind of looked up to me for whatever reason. They're crazy. I don't know.
Well, they're all shorter than you, so they're
short. Yeah, they kind of had to look up to me. Yeah,
I mean, Chris, a lot of people really look up to you in that way.
Yeah, I kind of got the height on them advantages. So like, JD and Gibby will never have that on me. So you'll never beat me. You'll never beat me.
Wow. Most of us actually, in the cast, I think Gibby's the only one who's roughly at your eye level.
Well, the way he's walking these days, probably not anymore.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
Look, man, I got drugs. They help.
Yeah, but you were definitely like an obelisk for NorCal. You helped put on the map. Your efforts combined with Hans.
Yeah, and to see like the guys that were trying hard. I'm not even gonna say that weren't even winning, but they were trying the hardest out of everybody. Like Gendy and JD, and even to a certain extent down in SoCal, DJ Mirror tried harder than anybody I've ever seen play any fighting game. And maybe that's just because I'm limited mostly to Guilty Gear and KOF, but like those guys, they went everywhere, they played everybody, they were the first ones at the gatherings, they were the last ones to leave. They were always asking questions, they were trying things that no one else was trying because everybody else was like busy trying to see who had the better Shin Woo. you know?
Yeah.
And
Man, if we're gonna do shout outs to young men, I do have to point out that Kizzy K, Lord of the Shook no more.
Oh, I don't jinx him, man.
Been Rising Star 2017.
No joke. Like, Keenan is super cool guy and a well-deserving person. He's been putting in hella work in hella games. He even joined us for King of Fighters one night.
Yeah, not bad either.
Oh no, yeah.
He picks Team Anime, which isn't surprising, but he
makes it work though, man.
No, it was super funny because I was talking to Gibby like before I joined in the room, and he was playing, and he was like, "Oh man, is Iori?" Blah blah blah, and I'm like, "Well, who else does he play?" Like Shanae and K Dash, and he's like, "You're like, that's exactly right. That's 100% his team." I'm like, should have guessed, man. Anime, you got to pick the anime character.
Oh my god.
I was a little appalled, and then I thought about it, and I'm like, no, that's right. But like the fact that I guessed it off the cuff, I'm like, oh man.
Man, I hope it's not as bad as when you played Steve in KOF 13, and he was just talking about how bad K-Dash is. I hope Kizzy doesn't do that too.
No.
They're both classic down players. It's
he actually
brutal.
It like crazy, and it was great.
Yeah.
So,
go on.
I was just gonna say, Kizzy K, as you might know, he says Sin is bottom 3 in Guilty Gear. So I always hear him say that, but I asked him, well, then what are the other two? And he said, well, obviously Kai and Johnny. And I'm like, all right, now I see where you're coming from. All right, buddy. So, yeah.
Sick. But no, like NCR was just a great tournament for like to showcase like to people that, these games, especially in the two games that we're talking about, Guilty Gear and KOF, where people say things like, I'll never get good, I will possibly be Pop Monster forever, like the game is so hard, blah blah blah, and here you got 4 guys who, at least as far as I know in KOF, were getting bodied, like they had a small understanding of what was going on, but they did not connect with the game, not at that time. And they were learning, and it should be really inspirational for everybody to watch those top 8s and be like, this is what happens when you work hard, This is not just talent. This is hard work entirely. Like, I will never say Gin-D and DJ Mirror and JD are talented players, but they work their asses off.
Oh, yeah.
But NCR also proved there is still one game left for old men.
Oh, yes.
Tekken 7.
Jesus, man. Bronson unwilling to let go of the throne.
Bronson Tran, who is actually not that old, though people don't really understand it, because he was so young for so long. Boy, he's an asshole.
Yeah, boy. Oh, my God.
It's kind of glorious, though.
He's a great guy. I like him. I'm sad I couldn't be there for that. I was driving home, and I got home in time to watch it. I was happy. I was like, yeah, Bronson, you talk that shit. You yell at them children. You do it.
Dude, he was just like screaming obscenities at Punko, and Punko's like, who the fuck is this guy? I hate him.
There are loss on the new generation of players because no one knows who Bronson is these days, which sucks. They just figure like, oh, who's this asshole? They put a mic on and talk shit.
Oh, dude, yeah, he got like such heat for that, and I was like, oh man, like...
It's so funny though because people don't remember that there is on the internet somewhere still footage of Jaha throwing Bronson into the pool at Golfland.
Oh yeah.
Not only that, like Bronson is still relevant because he got second place 2 or 3 years ago.
I think it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
No, maybe it was 3 actually because they've run Tekken 7 the last couple of years, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yes. So 3 years ago, he got second place, and that's no one remembers. It sucks.
They just don't. It was funny looking because I was watching the archives of it. Now you just look at Stream Chat. And they're just like, who the hell is this guy? Who does he think he is? And I'm just like, I'm probably one of the better Tekken players in the United States for the last 10 years or so.
These kids like, how dare he besmirch Tekken God Punko?
Tekken God Punko. 2 words I never would have thought I would have heard.
God, dude.
But You know, I mean, there's so many stories that people who have been around the Tekken scene have about Bronson. From the fact that a lot of foreign players used to call random hop kick the Bronson kick because that was how it just seemed like he always got a lot of his damage. To Steve and Mark mentioned it, Bronson's inability to finish combos in tournaments, or his just inability to win in a lot of cases nowadays. Like that, you know, he was always considered a great player, but he never won Evo, and just so many people have, and just all the stupid names that he had on forums. Man, that guy's a trip.
That man's literally a classic, though. You know, like when you talk about classic people in any game scene, like Bronson would definitely be one of those, like the old-fashioned.
a regular vanguard of the community.
Yeah. It was really nice to see. Well, it was something to see him up there showing his ass all over the internet.
I was just sad that in the venue the mic wasn't going through the house speaker.
It wasn't. Oh, that sucks. I had to watch.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I couldn't hear it, so I went up and I listened to a little bit upstairs, but then I came back down after.
Man,
you know, it used to be for Tekken. Well, at least when I came up, coming from St. Louis, that there were, and it seemed like in a lot of other scenes that there was always a guy like Bronson. There was always at least one guy like Bronson who just ran his mouth so much because it was sort of like their way of getting in your head. They just kept talking, and would just throw you off your game until you get so mad that they just beat you easier.
Mm-hmm. That literally happened to me last night.
Well, you did it to yourself, though.
I did do it to myself. I suck at shit talking, man.
You gotta shit talk and not be affected by the shit.
I affected myself with my horrible trash talk, yeah. But yeah, Bronson, I mean, the fact that he thought he could use it against people who didn't understand what he was saying was actually commendable, because he was really screaming at those guys, and they were just like, they were more confused and scared, I guess.
When he beat Peeling and was like, this guy goes around the country playing Tekken professionally, and I beat him, and I have a job. I was just like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah. Oh, they're gonna translate from that later on and just be like, American Tekken. Why do we need it?
It's fabulous.
It is great, you know. Like when Seg tells me, like, "Oh, I got a special surprise planned," I'm just like, "All right, I'm already done commentating, so it's got nothing to do with me. How much worse could it be?" And then afterwards, after all this, Bronson comes up to me and he's like, "What did you think?" Because he knew that like, Seg's been trying to do that with me for years. And so I told him, like, "Yeah, dude, like that was supposed to be my gimmick," and he gave it to you. And he was like, "Oh no, it's not your gimmick. The difference is I won my matches." And I'm like, "Oh."
See, even when the mic's not hot, he's still
talking shit.
Yeah, he's still just talking. Well, you know, one of the first times that Tasty Steve met Bronson, it was at NCR. He probably met him once or twice, but they actually went to Bronson's place to play after the event one night, and came back the next day. And I asked Steve how it went, and he's just like, "Man, he beat the shit out of me, dude."
Ask him about strong style.
So. Well, you know, and Bronson's another one of those guys who he doesn't really like modern tournament formats.
No, he doesn't. I never see him in anything for like.
He wants to go back to one-day tournaments, and he doesn't really care about streams, as evidenced by the fact that the last Strong Style didn't get streamed.
Nope. Or put on the internet.
No,
I mean, the videos eventually got put
the
up.
last Strong Style. That's all you got to say.
So, I don't know, man. I somehow have this feeling that there will be something for Tekken 7. It may not be Strong Style, but
we'll just call it Not So Strong Style. Oh no, wait. We've got Strong Zero and Wrong Zero, so we'll just call it Wrong Style.
Wrong Style.
Because apparently, I think it was either Dallas or Houston already announced so far a Tekken only event this fall.
Wow.
So
that's gonna be big.
I was interested that they didn't call it Tekken in Texas or Trash Day. So I'm wondering if they're just trying to separate that out from those what were those historic events for the community. But
the return of Garbage Day.
Trash Day was, man. If you've never seen a trash bag match,
if you've never lived through a trash bag,
yeah,
there are definitely some of those from when I think it was when Tekken was on MLG. Jop and Eddie Pistons were streaming and just having trash bag matches all night between the days of the event, and just talking about Missy Elliott jumpsuits.
Oh God!
And just clowning people. So
I need to see that like pretty soon. That sounds pretty interesting.
But Tekken has a rich history of talking a lot of shit. That the players who were winning all across the U.S. were the ones who were the loudest people. So it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how Tekken 7 intermingles with the way the community is now.
Well, I kind of feel like, because I was telling people back at NCR, I was saying, like, you know, a lot of people forget, but Tekken was the big game in America for a long time. Like, there was no new Capcom fighter, and Tekken was almost like the original casual fighting game, you know? That's why Snoop Dogg wrote songs about it, basically.
Oh yeah, well it was one of those that when it came out, when the original Tekken Tag came out, it was the best looking thing out.
Yes.
And then, you know, obviously PS2 launched, and it got a little graphical upgrade on PS2, but it was also one of the first games out. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people who early adopted PS2 bought Tekken Tag.
Yeah. And so it's no wonder that, you know, when you've got like that big of a well of players to choose from, there's going to be some trash talkers that, you know, just never lost touch with the ability to make people angry.
Just don't shut up.
They just never shut up. You know, meanwhile, you look at Street Fighter V and stuff, and there's people that can trash talk in that, but they don't really, either don't do it anymore, or they're, you know, they're bad now. They don't play the new games. So it was just really cool to see, like, one, it was really cool to see Bronson up there doing that. Two, it was great to see Seg's foresight to do that, because that was a big risk on his part. That could have ended really badly. Like, it could have been as bad as me doing it. So, good job to Seg.
He could have lost.
He could have lost really badly, and then like, oh, how do I salvage this whole gimmick? Because I just spent like 20 minutes talking shit about this guy that can't understand what I'm saying, and he beat the crap out of me. So, you know, like, that was the perfect storm, literally. And it should not be duplicated. I want to reiterate that a million times. No one should do that ever again. That should not be a regular thing at any tournament. It's not going to be nearly as funny. It's not going to be nearly as compelling. That's a one-time thing.
I will say, if people feel that, like, the thing that Bronson did is that Bronson talked trash, but he honestly kept it from being personal.
Right.
And, you know, he wasn't attacking the player, their appearance. He was basically just being like, look at me, I'm the best. You suck. I mean, he just kind of kept it simple.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't even super malicious. Witty. It was just like if you
was just dumb.
Like, if you were sitting next to him at an arcade, you'd probably be like, this is really bad shit talk, but it's really pissing me off.
No, the thing I liked, he did it on a head-to-head setup. Which people say, you know, there's no, it's impossible to be distracted on the head-to-head setup. Thank you, Bronson, for proving people are dumb.
Just stands up and points at the guy like, you fucking suck.
You fucking suck. Take off your shirt, bitch. Come on, let's do this. Like, all right, yeah, go Bronson.
Oh, man, that was great.
I like how Dale brings up, if they mic'd up me and Anthony play on tonight. Yeah, if I'm comfortable with the person I'm playing with, I have a penchant to talk a lot.
Oh, Jesus.
Not anything bad or anything, but boy, dude, I will.
Just stop mocking what you think is my laugh. That's all I ask.
I was just mocking you in general. Like, I let the rage consume me, but then it got me a victory, so I'll take that.
So, something I wanted to bring up with NCR. As you know, we were running a Matcherino campaign for King of Fighters 14, and NCR was also running one for Street Fighter 5. Both were very successful. I forgot how much Street Fighter 5 pulled in. They got the Daigo assist, and they ended up like over 3-4 Gs.
Yeah.
Okay, they got over 5? Sick.
Yeah.
Wow.
We got 2,200. Yeah. We got 2,200 exactly for NCR KOF. And I just want to let everyone know, The players were paid out within 4 to 5 hours of me giving the information to the Matcherino people.
That was less than 4 days.
And what?
Like I said, they got pretty much paid, like, you know, almost immediately after the tournament.
Yeah, 4 hours after I gave them the information, they paid. Like, so hard to understand about that, Chris. Don't throw in extra days and numbers.
Well, you didn't say what day you gave it to them on. I'm just saying.
Doesn't matter. The whole point is, once I gave them the information, they came and gave everyone their shit in 4 hours, which is great. Because I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't sure how long that was gonna take. Historically, when pop bonuses are added by other companies, it takes a week to a few weeks to get it, and this was instant. All the players were able to get it with no issues. They told me how it went. And I was like, oh, sick. I gave them information on how to get it, and within 30 minutes, all of them got back to me like, yep, I got it. I'm like, oh, shit.
Nice.
Yep, no complaints whatsoever. Awesome. So I would definitely use them again in the future, especially for next year's NCR. Definitely would do that again.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Who knows? It could be way bigger than that at this point or something.
Oh, yeah, they may not give us the... We'll see.
I don't think that'll be the case. It'll just be like, man, like...
All I ask is for more Soylent. And that shit sold like hotcakes.
Yeah, my friends, like 3 or 4 of my friends got Soylent. I'm like, oh man. They're like, oh, it's really good. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Also, we're gonna do this later, me and Hell Pockets. But the majority of people who donated to the Matcherino campaign are good friends of ours. They dropped quite a bit of money on there.
I still don't think we used all the coupons, man.
No, we did not use all the coupons.
Yeah.
That's the kicker. We had 500 coupon codes for $1. That's $500. We used roughly 300, I want to say. At most 350.
Yeah.
We were able to get to the 2,000 hump thanks to Walkman and our telethon for the day, which is great.
Well, I mean, it wasn't just me. Like I was backing it, but it was the people out there who from the community to bring the money in.
Yeah, everybody's just been great about it, and you know, like, a lot of people like to ask me what does KOF do for itself, and I'm like, well, when you ask them to do something, they will. Like these guys are fiercely loyal and dedicated. So like I have said before, it's probably no greater honor than to be a part of that community.
That's awesome. I mean, yeah. You guys weren't sure how much it was going to happen in terms of money, and to get 2,200 is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, stretch goal was broken like what, a couple times?
Two times at least, yeah.
So our plan initially was we assumed we'd get 500 coupons and people would give us $500. That's what we assumed, and we left it at 1,000. We reached 1,000 in 3 days, and then we got to 2,000 in what was it? After that, another 6 days, we got 2,000.
Yeah, something like that.
And then we just stopped promoting it altogether because if you saw, we were going in very hard on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We wouldn't shut up about it, and it was
we what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, exactly. I understand that we spammed the crap out of feeds and whatever, but we did our job. We did it well, and hopefully this continues to be used as a nice crowdfunding way.
Yeah, I really think it works. It works really well.
Yeah, and I know Next Level is using it. Wednesday Night Fights is using it. They do it weekly. Their goal is only $200 or $300 a week, which is fine. That's doable, and they have no issues. So if you are doing an event and you want to get some kind of bonus for your players, reach out to Matcherino. They're very easy to work with. They're very friendly.
They're responsive.
They respond like almost every email. They respond within 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I never get that kind of like customer service with anything I've used. I remember I had a question about what me wanting to do the little fundraising thing that I did, which also spawned one of my favorite pictures, which I'm going to post in the chat. But I remember asking about it, and they gave me information like, oh yeah, we're going to have this in the future, but we're not sure right now. I'm like, all right, well, I'll just do it anyways. But like I literally just kind of was typed in on the in-page like chat box, and instantly I got Pablo to come in and respond. I was like, wow. I wasn't even logged in too, so it's not like I had the name on it. It was literally just like an anonymous question asked.
That's good shit, man.
Yeah. Well, we are past the top of the hour.
Yes, we are, and there will be no questions because I cannot change the scenes.
I would like to say, does anybody... Oh, sorry.
Yes,
Go for it,
I've been trying to say something. Goddamn it, I hate all of you.
It happens.
So on the subject of crowdfunding, the Darkstalkers community has a shirt up on Teespring.
All right.
If you buy it, I don't know how much of each shirt sale goes to the pot, but if you buy it, some of the proceeds go to the Combo Breaker pot at VSAV, or the VSAV pot at Combo Breaker, sorry. And I know it's doing well right now. The VSAV community tends to make Combo Breaker their big event. Combo Breaker, or what was it, UFGT before. And
Yes.
if you want to help support them, you can go. I'll put it in chat, and I'm going to put up a tweet right now. Twitter. Bam. Yeah, go ahead, buy the shirt. It's cheap. It's not like a $35 shirt. It's, I think, $17 or something. That's a good price for a shirt. And it's not a bad design either.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I was just going to say, support small communities. Not everyone can, get everywhere with company support. Go for it, Paul.
Speaking of T-shirts and supporting communities, Mikado and the Japanese Guilty Gear scene is once again selling T-shirts this year for money for Evo, and I'm going to put that link in the chat as well. It's up on iPlayWinner if you want to check it out. Both they have a new design this year as well as the same design they were running last year, so check that out.
I got the old design. It got a nice green color from last year. I wonder if I should.
Actually, that's the one I have.
Yeah.
Well, I have the dark green. Did you get the dark green to like it?
Yeah, I love that dark green. It's like a really
same.
Good...
It was really nice.
Yeah. I'm gonna buy
Anybody else?
Right
I think that's it. I'm gonna go make sure my my baby's good. She got a little boo boo, so I gotta go kiss her. She's watching Doc McStuffins right now, so she's good.
Last thing, I would like everybody to catch the Ultra Powers, which is my wrestling podcast featuring some friends of the show, such as Sanchez, Ringe, and other people. I've just been uploading them all to Google Drive right now since I don't have a podcasting host, but hopefully sooner than later.
So where could they find the links to this? Is like on
probably just on my Twitter right now. I haven't collected all of them. I probably should.
Yeah.
But hopefully I'll have a podcasting service, like a host, sorted out in the next week or so.
Awesome.
Nice. I always kind of want to participate, but like I haven't watched anything, and then it's also like late Sunday night, and I have to go to bed for work.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where we haven't really figured out a good time that works for everybody.
Right.
So
that's cool.
This week's going to be really busy, especially with there's a couple New Japan shows. There's Payback on Sunday, and of course the usual slog of WWE content for like 85 hours. So we might do 2 shows this week. It'll just depend.
Oh man!
Ooh.
All right.
Yes, 22 shows. Hey.
So that about wraps it up. We'd like to thank our guests.